Not so long ago, in the mysterious land of Hottyville, USA, three friends decide to play a video game.
What's up? What's up? You guys on?
Hey, what's up? I'm here.
Yo, what's up?
Hi, how we feeling?
Pretty match, man. What you got for us?
Alright, I got some crazy shit for y'all. It's called The Curse of the Serpent Woman.
Some real crazy dark web shit, so don't even ask how I got it.
Hi! Before you play the game, make sure to read the rules.
There we go.
Player beware, you're in for a scare. Pick up the controller, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. This is...
What?
This is boring. Next.
Okay, now that you read the rules, are you ready to play?
Y'all ready to do this?
I'm ready, why not? Let's play.
Let's go, baby.
Yo, can y'all hear me? Press one if you can hear me. Uh, yeah, press one if you can hear me because I'm not sure if y'all can hear anything. You can't hear me. Oh man. Okay. There we go. I'm sorry, man. Listen, it's late night, y'all. It's late night. This was this shit caught me off guard, man. I didn't think we was gonna be back here that soon. Uh talking about this again. Or even talking about a new piece of evidence in the 1994 case. All right. I don't know. Let me know if that's better. But yeah, we're here back again. Back again so fast. Talk about a new piece of evidence in the Jennifer Huff versus the Petty's case, right? So I don't know. Those of you who's been following, those of you who let me shout out the people in the chat first and foremost, man. There's a little group of us today, but listen, we're gonna get through it. I'm gonna get it out the way because there's gonna be a lot more to uncover in recent days and shit. But the first person, Trini Cardi, shout out to Trini Cardi in the first chat in the building saying, let's go. I hear an echo though. Like, I don't know what's going on. Let me see something. I don't know if it's just me or what, but I hear somewhat of an echo. I'm not sure why am I hearing the echo. That's amazing. I don't want to be hearing this damn echo. Let me see something. Hold on. Yo. Yeah, I don't like the way this shit sounds, man. All right. If y'all can hear me good, I'm good with that. But No echo. Okay. So I'll just I think it's just me on my end because maybe my headset is too loud, so it's echoing into the mic. But in any event, we're gonna go ahead and continue because if you don't hear an echo, you hear me fine, then that's good with me. I mean, so with that being said, shout out to everybody in the chat. I know this was last minute late night. You know, everybody was like, "Oh, if you're going live, go early, go early." But as you all know, I got to work in life. I got a lot of shit I take care of during the day. Today wasn't one of my free days, so it was pretty difficult for me to even take time to post about any of this on Twitter today. But I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and go live anyway. This is vital. This is a important moment in this case, and you can't just sweep this under the rug, especially when the opposition is making up lies, continuous lies. They're making up more lies. Shout out to Latoya Nugent Davis in the building. She was a second comment in the building today. Shout out to you and Majestic. What's going on, fam? Marissa, Lakia, Simone, Liddy's son. Yeah, you know, we back at it today. I really did not expect though to be here so soon. Surviving the Petties, Donique Mitchell. Good to see y'all in the building. Summer Cleopatra. What's going on? We got Tyra. Definitely justice for Jennifer. Vicky in the building. Was good, Queen. Who else? Tasha CTV, baby. That Gianna girl, we back at it. Libra for life. You already know. Listen, we gonna have a good little show. I kind of like it when it's like this. Anyway, I kind of like it when it's a smaller group. But yeah, what y'all trying to say? I lost my touch. I fell off. Nah. We ain't doing that. Come on, man. We about to get live. We about to get real live. Nisi K in the building. All right, y'all. Jers Jones, what's going on, family? Nah, you ain't miss it. We just started. It's gonna be a quick little live. It's gonna be an interesting little live. Chachi in the building. Did y'all hear about Wiley? I heard something about that, but listen, Wiley, not the topic. But let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna dive right into this shit, right? So yesterday, Kenneth Petty's video from his interrogation. Oh, Rabbit 1969 is here. Shout out to you. If I missed Rabbit 69, see it. Oh, there she go. Rabbit 69 in the building says, "Hey, Hot Shot and family. I fell asleep last night. Let's try again. I stand with Jen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the late night. Late night. Get right. You dig?" So yesterday we had a show regarding a 1994 piece of evidence from the 1994 case of Jennifer and Kenneth Petty when he raped her. So there was a piece of evidence which was a video of his interrogation at the police station. We aired that video out. We spoke on the lies that were being told. We spoke on, mannerisms, body language, all that shit. Hence, today, Nicki Minaj, in my opinion, allegedly, allegedly, but it's not rocket science, leaked to her goon another piece of evidence from the 1994 case that only Nicki and Kenneth's attorneys and Jennifer's attorney would have. Know what I mean? She leaked this piece of evidence from the 1994 case, which these documents were pretty much classified. Like you really couldn't. I don't think you can get these documents unless you're the victim or the defendant in this case. But then again, I did hear something about you could get it and it comes in 6 months. So my thing is, they leaked this piece of document to King Time, King Time is one of Kenneth Petty's and Nicki Minaj's goons from the same town, same neighborhood. All right, King Time. I'm sure those of you that have been keeping up with the story that you guys heard of King Time before, we spoke on him before, sending subliminal messages, harassing Jennifer on his social media platform on Twitter. We spoke on King Time. We know exactly what time it is with King Time. We know that King Time is working for the Petties, right? So King Time goes on and exposes this letter to his Instagram story, his Instagram page. Let's go ahead and read the letter, y'all. Let's read the letter. Let's dive right into this shit. So this letter was the letter, the so-called letter that Petty's goons and even Nicki Minaj has stated something about Jennifer trying to drop the charges or writing a letter allegedly, right? I don't remember verbatim, but off the top of my head. But this is the letter that people were trying to say Jennifer had typed or wrote. Remember, Jennifer always told us here on the show she never wrote a letter. Never. And she never lied about that. There is no handwritten letter. And you won't ever find a handwritten letter by Jennifer in this case, recanting her claims. You won't ever find that letter because it don't exist. Jennifer never wrote a letter. And this is what I was trying to tell dumbass YouTubers like Crystal Meth and all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like there was never a letter that Jennifer wrote, and that still remains to this day. Now there's a pre-typed letter, which is this one here that I'm about to break down. There's a pre-typed letter, apparently and evidently, right? That was typed up for Jennifer back in 1994, which is this letter right here. Now we saw the video of Kenneth's interrogation yesterday, and it does not coincide with this letter, which is part of the case files of the 1994 case. Now, before we go into the letter, I must state that back in 1994, this letter was provided to the courts. It was provided to the courts, but was not used in the court. It was part of the case files, but it wasn't utilized as any sort of evidence in the 1994 rape case of Kenneth Petty and Jennifer Huff. It wasn't used as any sort of evidence. The judge rejected this letter. Hence, he knew that the letter was fabricated and forged. Okay? Now, we're going to go ahead and read the letter. But if this letter did Kenneth any justice, it would have done him justice back in 1994, and it didn't. It ain't do him no justice back then. So it ain't going to do him no justice now. I mean, it definitely ain't going to do it. So King Time posted this letter right after yesterday's show. He comes on his social media today and posts his letter. And the letter reads, let me see if I could zoom out a little bit. All right. The letter reads, to whom it may concern, I, Jennifer Huff, would like to drop the charges against Kenneth Petty. On the day I said I was raped, and look at the grammar in this letter. This looks like some illiterate people wrote, like some illiterate people wrote this letter. It says, on the day I said I was raped, current, future, present tense, not raped, past tense. It is half true and half false. The marks on my neck was not from me being choked. Not choked, past tense, but present tense, choke. They were hickeys that I got the day before from someone else. I've been knowing Kenneth for many years. We grew up together. We went to the same daycare center. We liked each other for a long time. I used to go out with him. The day that this incident happened, I was at the bus stop on my way to school. Kenneth came up and asked me where was I going. I told him I was going to school, but he told me he had something very important to talk to me about privately. So I went. I then started walking, making my way out. No, I then started making out. He says, it says, then we started making out. After that, we got into an argument, then a fight. We started hitting one another. I told him I wanted to leave, but he wouldn't let me because he said I was too upset. He asked me to make love with him again. I said no. So we started arguing again. Then he told me if I would have sex with him, then I can leave. So I did because I was already late for school and I just wanted to leave. I was so angry when I left. First of all, first of all, how the fuck you gonna write that those weren't choke marks, they were hickeys when Jennifer had got seen by the medics? Jennifer went to Jamaica Hospital and got seen by the medics. And there was a whole rape kit performed on Jennifer. A whole rape kit performed, which proved positive for Kenneth Petty's spermatoza. So, what are we talking about here? First of all, those weren't hickeys; those were fingerprints from how aggressively Kenneth was pinching and holding Jennifer, so she wouldn't escape. All right, let's get that clear. Um, the letter also reads: the day this incident happened, not happened, happened. I was at the bus stop on my way to school. Kenneth came up. He asked where I was going. I told him I was going to school. But he told me, okay, he had something really important to talk to me about privately, right? She tried to leave. He said no, unless she had sex with him again. So she did. I was so angry when I left this house that before I left, I picked up a water bottle and threw it at him. Now, we all know Jennifer never mentioned a water bottle. She mentioned the contact lens solution bottle. And as we seen in the interrogation video yesterday, it was a contact lens solution bottle. Now, this letter was written 2 months after Kenneth Petty's interrogation video. 2 months after. How? How? 2 months after did Jennifer forget that it was a contact lens bottle instead of a water bottle? Doesn't add up. Then it goes to say, so I did. He started running. I was so angry when I left the house that before I left, I picked up a water bottle and threw it at him. He started running after me. I fell down the stairs. When he tried to help me get up, I told him I will start screaming. Then he told me to get the fuck out his house and started calling me names. When I got to school, I told my friend what happened, and she told me to go to the office and tell them that I was raped. Because even if I had sex with him the first time, I didn't want to have sex the second time. Everybody in school took it out of proportion, saying this and saying that. Next thing I knew, the cops was there. Everybody was asking a big deal about everything. I'm really sorry about everything. I hope Kenneth and his family will forgive me for all the trouble I caused him and his family. Maybe we could all maybe we could put this all behind us and continue the relationship we once had. Kenneth have always been a friend to me in the past. We have never disrespected. He have never disrespected me in any way. I think our feelings just got out of hand on that day. The more I think about it, Kenny may be guilty for telling me that I couldn't go home until we have sex and make up, but he's not a rapist. Many times I was at his house and he never took advantage of me. But again, on that day, our emotions got out of hand. So, how how is this letter in any way, shape, or form true when Jennifer has told us that she only went to his house one time, and Kenneth Petty in his interrogation video said that she never went to his house at all? So how are they going to take this? for being credible when Kenneth already stated that Jennifer never been to his house. So he already lied. But here it says, Kenneth has always been a friend of me in the past. And he has never disrespected me. Many times I was at his house and he never took advantage of me. So if Nikki and Kenneth Petty's lawyers are deeming this letter to be true, then that automatically points Kenneth to be a liar in his interrogation video when he said Jennifer never been to his house. Okay? That's number one. Oh, that's like number 5. Let's also realize this letter was notarized on 11/19 of 1994. It was notarized. Here's the notary, and here's Jennifer's supposed signature. Now, according to Jennifer's recollection, she believes that she may have been handed this document back in 1994. And she just looked away and signed away because she just wanted to be left alone by the Petty's family and goons. Aside from her foster family telling her, well, you need to drop these charges because we have all these foster kids in the house. We're not taking a chance with these goons threatening us and shit like that. So Jennifer believes she may have just signed away on this document. She may have not, and not even realized what she was signing, but she knows for a fact that she never wrote this, typed up this document. First of all, back in 1994, it was really difficult for anybody, even an adult living in poverty, to type up any document. Back then, we had to go to libraries, we had to get library cards, we had to pay for memberships and all kinds of stuff. People didn't really have money for that. People wasn't really owning computers at that time like that. It was very few people with computers. They had just started owning them. We mainly seen computers in school back in 1994 in New York, at least in the hood. Right. So I highly doubt that 16-year-old Jennifer would be able to type up this letter and notarize the letter her damn self. First of all, in 1994, in New York law, you cannot notarize a letter as a minor without the presence of a parent or a guardian. All right? Do your research. Back in 1994, as a minor, you would need the signature of your parent or guardian on the document that you are notarizing, as well as your own signature. Meaning, Jennifer and her parent and guardian would have had to sign this document, and they would have had to provide identification for this document. So, where is Jennifer's parents' signature and the proof that she had a legal guardian with her while this took place? Because how else? And another point, another vital point is, who the hell had a state ID in New York at 16 in 1994? There was no way. We barely had school IDs at that time. We barely had school IDs at that time. So how the hell did Jennifer have a New York State ID at 16 years old in 1994 in order to notarize this document? And where's the signature of her parent or guardian? Because let's just say she did have an ID. Let's say they accepted her school ID, if she had one, which she didn't. Where is the signature of her parent or guardian? Simple. Now, whoever forged this document, in my opinion, must have had a connection with this agency, with this notary. It's probably one of those people that just notarize from their homes or goes out and does home visits. One of the mobile notaries. Is probably a family friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't put nothing past these people. They've been trying to get Jennifer to recant since 1994 and reattempted in 2018. So how the hell are they deeming this? How are they deeming this letter credible when it's very contradicting? First of all, to the interrogation testimony, and second of all, Kenneth Petty said that he last saw Jennifer a year ago. He said he last had sex with Jennifer a year ago, a year before the rape incident. So how is it in this letter that all of a sudden Jennifer was at his house and they were just arguing and they just had a dispute? So let me tell you something. The judge in the 1994 case knew that this letter was falsified, it was bogus, and they knew that Jennifer had no parts in this letter. And I'm going to tell you why. There was evidence in that case that y'all will see soon that pretty much it stamps what I just said. There's evidence that shows that Jennifer was running for her life. She had to move. The courts were up to date with all of this. The courts knew exactly what Jennifer was going through. They knew they was after. So when they saw this letter, they ain't even want to like, no, we're not accepting this bullshit. We have his testimony. We have a rape kit. We have the knife. We have the contact solution bottle. We have the evidence. Jennifer described what was in that room on that dresser. Jennifer described what this man used in order to abduct her, kidnap her out the bus stop, and take her to that filthy room in his grandma's house. They knew this letter was fabricated. Otherwise, they would have used it. They didn't. They didn't. They sealed it along with the rest of the files. Threw it in the back burner. You guys ain't going to taunt this young victim and make us believe she typed this letter up. Let's go ahead. Let's check out my Instagram and see what King Time had to say in his caption about this letter. Let's see what he said in his caption. All right, so here I go. I hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Yeah, so the caption that he posted, let me show you. Show you the caption that he posted. Ah, shit. Well, y'all seen the caption. I'm not even going to put that caption, but he's pretty much calling Kenneth Petty his brother. This is his goon. So he's calling Kenneth Petty his brother. He's saying, I'm tired of the lies on my brother. This is what happened. And he throws the letter out. I reposted his shit. I mean, reposted the letter that he put out. Tyrone Blackburn even commented on the post, which means shit done got real, baby.
Flawless victory.
Shit done got realer for the Petties. I mean, oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was a bad move. That was a bad chess move. Checkmate. How you got King Tom posting this shit out there? First of all, he didn't even supposed to have this. How he got it? You think that's not gonna harm your case, your argument, Nikki? You think that's not gonna harm your argument? So guess again. Guess again. You know what I'm saying? Now Jennifer has always said, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and look at what Jennifer has said in the past, because people seem to forget. Um, Jennifer has always been vocal about these people trying to get her to recant. They harassed her back then. They harassed her in 2018. Let's go ahead and look at what I posted on my Twitter. So this was back then when me and Nosy did a joint interview with Jennifer. And I captioned it saying Jennifer Huff has always stated how Kenneth Petty's goons were threatening her foster family as well as her in hopes that she would recant her story back in 1994. Hence, why the foster family wanted to protect the house full of foster children and was forcing Jen to drop the charges. Jennifer claims Kenneth's parents drove her in their car to the DA's office and pretended to be her aunt and uncle just so she can drop the charges. And I'm supposed to believe that letter wasn't falsified? All right, let's go ahead and listen to what Jennifer.
Supposed to be going to see the district.
Hold on, because yeah, let's go ahead and listen to what Jennifer had to say.
What I said was, Kenneth's mother and father came to pick me up from my house and drove me to go speak to the district attorney, right? That's what I said about Kenneth Petty's parents. That's the only thing I said about Kenneth Petty's parents, is that they came to my house. I had to get in the back seat of their vehicle, drive with them to the city to go see. Now, I was supposed to be going to see the district attorney for myself to speak with her about, whatever was going on. Well, Kenneth Petty's mother and father came with me and pretended like they were my aunts and my uncle.
Okay. Was your cousin present at that time?
No.
Okay.
It was
good.
just me, Kenneth Petty, and whatever. Listen, whatever Sunday Grayson stated were lies.
Right.
They were lies. Nobody took me to the hospital. Nobody went out looking for anything. The police took me to the hospital. Mm-hmm. My aunt is the one who took me to court to drop the charges.
Okay.
Two totally different, separate occasions.
Right. Thank you.
That wasn't the same day. That wasn't the same occasion. That was two separate occasions.
Exactly.
The aunt took you to drop the charges because of the threats?
Right, because of the threats being made towards the house.
Corey admitted that he admitted that he threatened your family on Kenneth Petty's behalf.
Right.
So this ain't nothing brand new. This ain't nothing brand new. Jennifer has always stated that they were threatening her family, her foster family. They were threatening her. They were threatening her real brothers. They tried to bribe her back then. They tried to pay her in 2018 to recant. They were threatening her in 2018 as well. And her foster family was pretty much advising her to drop the charges just to avoid trouble with these people. So this ain't nothing new. And this letter ain't no surprise that these goons would want to put it out and accuse Jennifer of typing this letter. Let me tell you something. If this letter was factual, if Jennifer had typed this letter up, why the hell was Nicki Minaj contacting Jennifer in 2018 asking for help when Kenneth Petty got arrested for not registering as a sex offender? Why the fuck was she calling Jennifer and asking her for help if she can obtain this letter that Jennifer so-called wrote or typed? Why would you need Jennifer to make a new recant letter if you had supposedly obtained the old recant letter? Why? Why didn't this letter help you or help Kenneth get off the registry? Because that's what you wanted Jennifer to do. That's why y'all was harassing her, to recant her story, and y'all was bribing her and giving her money offers, putting money on her lap, sending people like Black and Jamie to contact Jennifer, even visit her at her home and instill more fear into her. Why the fuck wasn't this letter sufficient evidence to get that raper off the registry? because it's bogus, it's falsified, it's not legitimate, and the courts ain't stupid. The courts ain't stupid. Once they seen that it only had Jennifer's signature in it on it, they knew something was sketchy and fishy. You don't think? You don't think? The judge ain't stupid. This ain't social media. This is court. He knew the threats that was going on and all that other stuff. Hence why Kenneth was convicted. Kenneth ain't go to jail for being innocent. He went to jail for wearing the same filthy boxers. Going to sleep in the same filthy boxes and waking up to the police knocking on his door. Now them boxes are being examined for DNA. So yeah, this tacky ass letter, like St. Marquise just said, ain't holding no weight, ain't doing no justice. That shit don't change the fact that Kenneth Petty raped Jennifer. So y'all motherfuckers could try again with that. It don't change the fact that Jennifer was raped in 1994, September 16th, on a Friday morning on her way to school. Yeah, it does sound more like defamation characters, and it's very charges, and it's very sad to have Jen go through this horrific act of evil. I also wanted to show you something else. Remember in yesterday's show, I was trying to prove the age difference between Jennifer and Nikki and Kenneth Petty, because Nikki was saying that he was 15 at the time of the rape and Jennifer was older. Remember that? All right. Well, this is the only place that you would see this piece of receipt, because I'm the only one who has it. But this is Jennifer's. Probably everybody got it now. But yeah, you saw it here first. This is Jennifer's ID. It's her regular state, her real New York State ID. Jennifer Huff, date of birth, March 24th, 1978. All right, we can read, we can do math. We know what it says. Kenneth Petty's date of birth. When's Kenneth Petty's date of birth? Simple. Kenneth Petty, April. Where he at? Kenneth Petty's April. Okay, I got it on my Twitter. I'll go ahead and look it up on my Twitter. Yeah. So that's how you know. This is how you know. Hold on a second. Because they want to play. They want to play, y'all. They want to play. They want to bring us back out. So this is what we're going to do. They want to bring us back out. Here we go. Kenneth Petty, his age. Yeah, I see March 24, 1978. Now let's go ahead and see Kenneth Petty. That's his age right there. He's currently 46 years old, April 7th, 1978, which is only 2 weeks, roughly, after Jennifer's birthday. 2 weeks apart. But don't let Nikki tell it. He was only 15 at the time of the rape, and Jennifer was older, according to Nicki Minaj. Don't let Nikki tell it. We seen Jennifer's ID firsthand. You can't fake that. Come on, Nikki. Why you lying on this woman? Why you lying on this victim? Don't you get tired of lying on Jennifer? Your time is up. All the buffoonery or the lies is up. It's done. The letter itself is still a crime, absolutely. So let's just say the letter is legitimate. Let's just say, worst case scenario, Jennifer typed this letter. She owned a typewriter at that time, or she owned one of the very first computers that ever came out. And she just owned an ID at 16 years old, and she just had it like that, where she ain't even need a guardian or parent to co-sign for the notarized document. That is just Jennifer Huff. She's able to do it by herself, right? Let's just be a little delusional here. Let's just say Jennifer typed this letter up. This letter still corroborates with Jennifer getting raped. The fact that this man, in this letter, it states that this man, Kenneth Petty, held Jennifer against her own will and wouldn't let her leave the house until she had sex with him, not once, but twice, is very incriminating in itself. It's very incriminating. How the hell you think you're going to hold somebody hostage in return for sex and not be considered a rapist? That's very incriminating. Which is why I don't think they cared enough to leak this letter, because most likely it was going to do them no justice anyway in the court of law. This letter they knew wasn't going to do shit for them. So why not leak it and just, spin the narrative, fabricate a new false narrative with this letter? It's useless anyway in court. So who cares if we can't use it after it's leaked? Let's just make it seem like Jennifer wrote this letter. Leak it. Leak it, King Time. As if that shit was going to hold any weight. It just baffles me how people continue to believe this just because of the celebrity. But yeah, it's very incriminating, this letter in itself. So even if we wanted to take the letter for being any kind of legitimacy, we would have to take that into account. Well, if Jennifer did type this letter, she is also she's still claiming, in other words, that you raped her. She's still, and if she did write this letter, you could tell that it was changed up out of intimidation. It was changed up. The truth was twisted around out of fear and intimidation from these goons and family. You know what I'm saying? We seen the aunt, the cousin, Marie Petty, on my show, on a live show, threatening Jennifer. She came on my show to intimidate her, and she threatened her on another show. So, do you think I'm going to say and believe anything these people have to say? Y'all was threatening Jennifer live on YouTube to this day, to when we first started covering the story back in was it 2020 when it was? So how the hell y'all and so it sounds like, let's just say if she was to have typed the letter, then it would sound like she typed it out of fear. They're still going to look at this letter in the court of law and be like, well, this young lady was forced to switch up her story out of fear for her life and safety and her foster family's life and safety. Like, come on, this shit ain't rocket science. You could see in the letter, whoever typed it try to corroborate with Jennifer's original story, what her legitimate story, because there is every story has been the same when it comes to Jennifer, but they tried to go along those lines of Jennifer's story, except for they twisted it up a whole lot to make it seem like Kenneth Petty is not a monster. Like, no, he didn't forcefully rape her, they had sex. But these people are so illiterate and so hoodbound, so gutter mentality, that they ain't even do a good job at lying on this letter. You can tell there's lies after lies. They ain't even do a good job, and they ain't even run it through Kenneth Petty before even typing it up. Like, yo, what did you say in that interrogation room? We kind of got to match what you said. But then again, that's why, that's what happens when we have these teenagers like Kenneth Petty running the streets, being a menace to society. They're running the streets for a reason. Who's watching over them? Where's their guidance? What is this man doing out of school, not registering into school 2 weeks into September? All right. Where's the guidance? So guys, do not be alarmed by this fraudulent typed up letter, this bogus, fraudulent, pre-typed letter that they probably just had Jen sign away on, because it held no weight in 1994 and it's going to hold no weight now. Algorithm, hashtag we stand with Jen all day. And even if that letter that was still indicating assault and coercion. Exactly. Can't coerce. You know what I'm saying? Like, mind you, another pre-written letter exists. It was presented to Jen for her to sign by bum number one, and Jen rejected. The way Jen can sue them all. Exactly. Remember that? They were telling her, well, listen, we're going to write this letter up. We're going to type this letter up. All you got to do is sign it. And we're going to give you $20,000. Then it became $500. There was a couple of offers made to Jennifer's cousin. Rest in peace, Chops. That passed away not too long ago for unknown reasons. But he was the middleman between Jennifer, her foster cousin Chops, and these goons. And one of Jennifer's brothers had some exchange with them as well. But they were reaching out to people close to Jennifer. They knew this foster cousin was one of the closest people to Jennifer at the time. They were reaching out to people close to her to try to get her to accept the money offers, the briberies, in order for her to recant her story. So this ain't nothing brand new, ladies and gentlemen. We've been going through this for almost 4 years now. You know what I'm saying? This letter holds no weight. It doesn't corroborate with Kenneth's testimony in his interrogation. Doesn't corroborate with Jennifer's testimony. It was falsified. It was intended to have the charges dropped against Kenneth Petty in 1994. This letter that was never used in the case of Kenneth raping Jennifer back in 1994. All right. So Nikki and them are scrambling right now. They scrambling. They trying to, control the narrative. Because why leak this shit right after we presented the interrogation video? And shout out to Conscience TV once again for doing his thing. He was up there live. I went over and checked his live out today for a little bit. And Conscience TV was really hitting some good marks. He was really hitting some good points. So if y'all missed it, definitely make y'all way over there after this and check him out. He was talking about, I'm not sure if he touched, I kind of left after a certain point. I'm not sure if it was like halfway through or what, but and I'm not sure if he touched on this new letter that has surfaced, but he was making some good points regarding the interrogation video. So he was kind of like elaborating on what he had said prior. And yeah, he's definitely on to something. So check him out, man. Shout out to him. I appreciate that he's supporting Jennifer. He's supporting us over here. So that's real dope. It's good to have somebody, on a winning team. So let me see what Rabbit69 said. Kenneth Petty can put a quarter in his ass because he played himself in that interview in my Big Daddy Kane voice. Who would believe that? Exactly. Oh my God, this is horrific. It is, Ricky. It is. Who would believe this? Not even Kenneth believes this letter. So now she wasn't at his house. Exactly. Just like his uncle wasn't at his house, but then again, he left the door open. You know what I'm saying? Like, Many times she was at his house. Question mark. I thought he wasn't allowed to have girls over. Ah, y'all paying attention. Y'all paying attention. So how could this letter be real when Kenneth contradicts the letter in his interrogation? He contradicts the whole letter. There's no way that Nikki's and Kenneth's lawyers could take this letter as being legitimate. There's no way. There's no way. It's not gonna fly. It's not gonna fly in court. It didn't fly back then. It ain't gonna fly now. At any moment, she didn't want to have sex, even if they was dating for years, which wasn't. It's still rape. Exactly, Queen Tisha. Exactly. You could be married to somebody. Once you say no, I refuse to have sexual intercourse with you, and that person forces you to, that is considered rape. It can be your husband, it can be your wife. No one should force anyone to have sexual intercourse or sexual relations with them at any given point. That's considered rape. So if that lie and that false narrative of Jennifer being his girlfriend and them dating for years or whatever months was true, this whole case would still be considered a rape case. According to this fabricated letter, it would still be a rape case. According to DNA evidence, it would still be a rape case. And according to Kenneth Petty's interrogation video, it would still be a rape case. So we're just going to sit back and watch these people spiral out of control because that's what they're doing right now. This whole shit done started back up. This whole surviving the petty shit, this whole, hashtag justice for Jennifer, all that is back up. We're living in those moments right now. So I kept saying, the case is going to start moving again. Shit's going to start rolling. We're now here. We're currently here. Present time. This whole letter is still saying he was falsely imprisoning her. Absolutely. I need to change my name. Absolutely. Absolutely does. Bullshit letter, Rabbit 1969. Exactly. Poor Jennifer. She still has to relive this trauma. And Nikki thinks that there's not going to be any consequences for these actions. Do you think you're just going to sit up here and continue to harass Jennifer indirectly or directly? And continue to put out false narratives about Jennifer and not pay any kind of consequences? Not be dealt with any consequences at all? You got life fucked up. You got life fucked up, Nikki. You should be ashamed of yourself at your grown age, picking on this victim, or to just be able to normalize your husband, or to just be able to have him become accepted in the industry, and for people to gravitate towards him and grow a liking towards him. That's not the way to do it. You let people do that shit on their own. Don't try to bring down and tarnish and bully a victim because you want that to happen. Let alone a notary. Victim intimidation. Absolutely. Pop Lock in the building. Good to see you, Pop Lock. Yes, speak on it. Down with the dusty stank Nikki. Word processors. I'm just saying, listen. These people could have done word processors back then. They could have done that shit too. The letter states that he told her she could not leave until she had sex with him. What is that? Is not if it's not forceful. Absolutely. Exactly. This rapist, Melissa says the rapist is a monster and his family are the same, says Melissa. It's false imprisonment, says I need to change my name. Jen did the right thing, says Vicky, by letting the DA know what was going on. And she and her wasn't in a healthy and safe environment. Exactly. They knew it all. So they knew this letter was fabricated. This monster is rewriting laws. He's sick. The Gianna girl says both the parent and child would have to sign too. Exactly my point. That's exactly my point. There's no way Jennifer could have typed this letter up by herself um, at 16 in New York. There's no way. Let me go ahead and search something up. All right, because let's see here. I've researched. I've even called notary publics to question them. I've also researched this. Um, and it points out to the same thing. You cannot. You need the signature of a parent or guardian. Um, yeah, I would go deeper into it, but it ain't gonna be today. Surviving the Petty says, Cas, good to see you in the building. Jennifer didn't come from the best home situation and was alone in the cold world, shaking my head, says Melissa. Absolutely. Nessie in the building. Shout out to you. Gianna girl says both Nikki and Kenneth have a sixth grade education if they are behind this. Um, it may not have been them necessarily. It may have been somebody in connection to them, a friend, a family. Remember, these people were, well, you know the story. I didn't know Nikki was a sick woman. Shit, you know now. Nikki definitely is behind this letter. Just a leak, allegedly. Well, definitely, in my opinion, and allegedly, let's just say, yeah, she's behind the letter being leaked. Now, being behind the letter being typed, I don't think Nikki is. Um, she had nothing to do with the letter being typed in 1984. Nikki was only probably like 14, 13 years old. I don't think she has nothing to do with that. But yes, she may have definitely have something to do with the letter being leaked today to Kenneth's goon, King Time. It's really a slap in intelligent people's faces. Exactly. Because come on, we ain't stupid. That's what I'm saying, Vicky. We ain't stupid. Like we know what the fuck going on, man. We ain't the barbs where you could just fool us left and right. This is why I always believe Nikki had people right for her. She's obviously not that bright, says the Gianna girl. Tyro B says his IG is private now, but we have receipts. Absolutely. So after all this happened, after this whole debacle, Kenneth and Nikki's goon King Time went private. He privated his page. You know, people started, our supporters and Jennifer's supporters started harassing him, like, oh, why you lying on the victim? Why you still harassing the victim? You know that she ain't typed this letter, blase skip. He goes private. If you ain't got shit to hide, why the fuck you going private? You was the big bad wolf showing the letter. Why you don't keep it up there? Why you don't keep your page public? Oh, you scared of legal actions being taken against you? You scared of legal actions being taken? So why post it in the first place? Don't make sense. Just don't add up. And if you're scared of legal action being taken against you, doesn't that say a lot about this letter? Doesn't that contradict the validity of this letter? Doesn't that say that this shit bogus? This shit phony? It's phony. It's fake. That's the type of letters I hate. So why would you not keep it up there if it ain't phony or fake? Why would you be scared of any kind of legal consequences if it ain't a fabricated letter? Just like that fabricated video they put up there of Jen when she was explaining to one of the goons what the other goons wanted her to say and do back in 1994 and in 2018. The video with no context, no beginning, no end. Don't even know what the fuck is really going on, except for Jennifer explaining to him, this is what they wanted me to do. They wanted me to drop the charges. They wanted me to say this. They wanted me to say they ain't happened. They wanted me to write a letter. They wanted me to recant. They was threatening me and my foster family. This is what she's telling this goon. He goes, oh, okay. Think he had a gotcha moment with Jennifer. Got her. He thought he had a gotcha moment with that video. But only posted what? A minute long? Not even. What, 30 seconds? of that fabricated video. So I'm hoping they show that video in court, because guess what? It ain't going to rock unless you got the whole video. The judge ain't going for that partial, skip, fabricated, heavily edited video. He ain't going for that. Where's the rest of it? What else did she say? How did the conversation start? How did it end? I mean, let's put our thinking caps on. Let's use critical thinking, because I really just can't. It's so annoying at this point when these garbs and these bloggers mention that video as if that video is anywhere believable. Like, come on, Jennifer told us time and time again what they wanted her to do. She explained it time and time again, just the same way she was explaining it on that video. But they chopped that up. They made it seem like, no, this is what she's saying really happened. Not this is what not she's saying this is what they want me to do and say. They made it out to be that Jennifer was claiming this is what really happened. I claimed that, I wanted to drop the charges because you never raped me. That's what they were claiming she was saying. No, she was explaining this is what they wanted me to say. Not this is what I said. Jennifer never claimed the rape didn't happen. Those words never came out of her mouth. She did go to court and say, I want to drop the charges, because they was pressuring her into doing so. They was threatening her and her family into doing so. She never said the rape didn't happen, and she didn't type this letter up. So all that is bogus and bullshit. All right. His IG is private now, but we sure have receipts. Yep. Remember, there's over 200 pieces of evidence. Absolutely. Tyrone always be on the lookout. You already know. You already know. What did Tyrone say? He put up a meme. Let's go ahead and just see what he said. He didn't say much, but he put up a funny meme, pretty much letting them know y'all ain't doing shit over here. And ain't nobody scared. Let's go ahead and see what Tyrone said. He said, he put up a meme and said, whoops. There you go. Tyrone said, whoops. Meaning, they done fucked up now. They done fucked up now. This was today. That's what Tyrone said. All right, so listen. Tyrone not worried about this letter. He seen it. I posted it, and he commented on the post, so he ain't worried. Evidently. He said, whoops.
Fatality. Flawless victory.
So Tyrone ain't worried about this letter. Come on, man. That King Time guy either deleted his account or blocked me after I poked holes in that letter. Yeah, he blocked me too. He was blocking everybody that had something contrary to say about the letter. Because he wants to control the narrative. He wants to spin that false narrative for Nicki Minaj and gain them brownie points and kiss them cheeks, baby. Yeah, we ain't stupid. What Tyrone done said. Yeah. Poor Jennifer, man. I tell you, Jennifer just keeps having to relive this. I spoke with Jennifer today. And it's just disgusting that she has to keep going through these things, man. But Jennifer, she's really not. She's not worried about the letter because she ain't write it. She did not write this letter. And unless they can prove that Jennifer wrote this letter, and the judge can accept this as evidence, then what is there to worry about? Jennifer has been truthful the whole time. I believe what she's saying in regards to this letter. She told us everything else. It's obvious and evident that she ain't typed this shit. So if the letter has any truth, then use it. Use it in court. Coercion of a minor rape victim, says Melissa. Absolutely. Use it in court because it ain't going to fly. Y'all know y'all can't use it in court, which is why y'all leaked the shit. This is why they leaked the shit. The DA weren't stupid and knew. Exactly. They knew. Remember, Jennifer had bumped into the DA under the staircase when Jennifer's aunt took her to Kenneth's hearing and tried to have her drop the charges. And the DA was like, "What are you doing here, Jennifer? You're not supposed to be here." And Jennifer was like, "Well, they're trying to make me drop the charges." The DA already knew that both Kenneth Petty's people, his family, and Jennifer's Foster family were both trying to pressure and make Jennifer drop these charges. They knew, they were aware of Jennifer having to move due to the threats. This shit was nothing new to the DA. Jen has never lied, Judge Jones. Absolutely. The parents, Flawless Enigma says, OM, exactly. Hey, y'all, says Michelle Love. The Barack Bailey Show in the building. Good to see y'all, family. Exactly. Wow, that's nasty work. It's very nasty work. It's disgusting work, actually. Disgusting work. Trying to fly her out and offer to help her recant. Exactly. Why is Nicki Minaj calling a rape victim of her husband? What up, Summer Vibes? Good to see you. Why the fuck is you calling him? If you knew this letter would do you justice in helping your husband get off the registry, why not just use the letter? Why are you harassing a victim and calling her to actually ask for her help and ask to fly her out to LA and ask to have her speak to your lawyers? Come on, man. Y'all gonna tell me Nikki wasn't after this recant letter for the longest? Y'all gonna tell me Kenneth and his people wasn't after this recant letter for the longest? They typed the shit up back in 1994 the same way they said they was going to type it up for her back in 2018. And all she had to do was sign on it. Jennifer even told Lagoon, why would I recant this letter and get into any legal trouble for lying when I stated my truth? Oh, well, you ain't got to write it. We'll type it up for you. All you got to do is sign it. I hope Milagro gets sued, says the Bailey Barack Show. Well, she is playing a dangerous game over here. Milagros, you need to keep Jennifer's name out your filthy ass fucking mouth. You're playing a dangerous game. You want to be the next Sasha K, be my guest. But you're not going to play with Jennifer. That's what you're not going to do, is play in Jennifer's face. You know, I let you be a long time ago. Don't open up the can of worms, Milagro. You've been really playing with fire. Been really playing with fire lately. And listen, you're going to get burnt. I hope Jen sues Nick in a different state because she defamed her. Shh. Sarah B says, exactly. The new judge is letting them slide with too much. Shaking my head. Oh, no. Listen, I at first I felt the same way, but the way these court cases work, you think, again, they letting them slide. I mean, in some cases, yeah. Some cases that do be the case, but it may look like a certain way and it's not. Like, it may look like, oh, the judge letting them slide. Shit, this should be enough evidence. Why the fuck? Nah, listen. They collect and collect and collect and collect. These courts collect every single piece of evidence. They monitor everything carefully. And trial begins and the evidence comes out. So don't think any of this is going it's getting swept under the rug. A note of it will be made. You did. So they're literally a month apart. Not even a month, Niche K. They 2 weeks apart. March 24th and April 7th. 2 weeks. Nikki tried to imply Jennifer was a predator, shaking my head. Absolutely, she did. And this was recently during the whole Hiss debut. You know, the release of Hiss from Megan Thee Stallion, which is why I've been playing Megan. Megan's Law and all that in the beginning of the show, because this is when Nicki was going on the branch, talking about, oh well, he was 15 and he was falsely accused and this, that, and the third, but they swore she was older. Exactly, lies, bullshit. He was literally also charged with unlawfully imprisonment. They're so stupid. Absolutely, Nicki, your time's up. Why is you not clocking out? Hashtag justice for Jen. Ah, there we go, Tishy H. You got it. You got it, baby. So much Dev in the building. Shout out to you. Says you, yo, finally caught alive. Yeah, man. I know I've been MIA for a minute, for a hot New York minute. Lawana Dean says the letter shows being held against your will, which means rape. Exactly. Time's up, Petties. Time's up. Hang it up. Flat screen, baby. That's what I don't get. How does this letter vindicate him? You know what I'm saying? How? How? It looks stupid even trying to show this letter. This is this is how you know peanuts for brains on that side. Peanuts for brains, because they look stupid. Even the letter is fabricated. It still doesn't paint Kenneth in a good light. Doesn't paint him in a good light. You held this girl against her will until she had sex with you, and this is what y'all got as evidence after that whole interrogation video was presented.
Flawless victory.
Nah, y'all gotta come better than that. Y'all gotta come better than that. Jared Jones says he even said he didn't have sex with her that year. Stories don't match at all. And guess what they're gonna go by? A letter or an interrogation video of the actual defendant. They're gonna go with the actual video of the actual defendant. So if he's saying that he ain't have sex with her for a whole year, she was never at his house, they didn't even ever have sex in his house, why the fuck? And Jennifer's saying that he raped her when she went to his house that one time, he abducted her, kidnapped her to his house that one time. And now this letter. So it's Kenneth's testimony, it's Jennifer's testimony, and then there's this letter. And this letter somehow, according to the Barbs, Nicki, and Kenneth Petty's goons, and Kenneth Petty, this letter is somehow supposed to vindicate him and fly as evidence. This letter is somehow supposed to outshine Jennifer Huff and Kenneth Petty's statements. This letter is supposed to be the big kahuna. The letter that's going to break the case. So is that what you're trying to tell me? That this letter holds more weight than anything Jennifer and Kenneth has said? Because it doesn't corroborate with neither story. Not completely. Not completely. So that should tell you enough about the letter and what the letter is going to do in this case. What is it going to do for Kenneth? Miss Rains in the building says it's really sad that Jennifer, a real victim, has to relive this shit. This is why Nicki will never be happy. Those demons in her life will never leave until she makes things right. Absolutely. Now we talking about the spiritual. In spiritual terms, you're absolutely right. False imprisonment. Hashtag stand with Jen. Simone Duncan in the house. Oh man, this was a good little live, y'all. This was a very informative little live. I'm glad we got on there. Simone says, dude just got life for coercion, false imprisonment, and grape. Hashtag nature boy. Jared Jones says, at Liddy, the pedophiles hunted her down. She was living her life when they interrupted it and made it a living hell. She was never going to sue anyone until they started threatening her. No correlation. Absolutely. Jennifer just wanted to be left alone. She didn't want to be found. She didn't want to be known as Kenneth Petty's rape victim. None of that. She wasn't even trying to sue Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty. I remember back then when she first came out in Nosey's channel, they was like, yo, they was encouraging her to sue. They started calling her Sue. Because they were like, you need to sue Nicki Minaj. You got a case. Jennifer was there like, nah. I remember when I picked up the story, and I'm like, why won't you sue? She's like, well, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to clear my name. I'm just trying to have Nicki apologize and say whatever she said was false. Because it is false. We weren't going out. I wasn't older than him. We was the same age, and I'm not light skinned. I'm dark complexion. I'm melanated. So all she was looking for was for Nicki Minaj to clear her name at that time, and Nicki failed epically to do so. In fact, she added fuel to the fire and doubled down in recent times on those comments she made about Jennifer. All right, so this is a very interesting update. We are now fast forward because in fact, we're up to date. We're fast forwarded in the case so far. Two big pieces of evidences from the 1994. Not even one big piece, which was the interrogation video. This wasn't even a piece of evidence. It was just a piece of case files. But this letter here was never used as evidence in the 1994 case. It was dismissed, rejected. I mean, put to the side. Just thrown in the back of the files. All right, we got your back, Jennifer. We damn sure do. Nicki's not a woman's woman. She never has been. Always defending the men. Always tearing down the women. I mean, she's not even supporting her sister Ming's career, musical career. Like, why are you here shining other people, not your own family, not your own sister? She's never been a woman's woman. If anything, she called her sister a clown, referred to her as doing clown shit, and saying we don't do that in my bloodline. We don't do the clown shit that my sister did on that interview. So Nicki Minaj is not a girl's. Meanwhile, she ain't even do nothing bad. She ain't even say nothing bad about Nicki. If anything, she was bigging Nicki up. But to Nicki, it was clown shit because she ain't following Nicki's orders. She ain't following her orders. I bet you Nicki ain't even want her to do that in the interview. She did it anyway. Or maybe she ain't asked for permission. Nicki was tight. But Nicki's not a girl's girl. Always attack the girls. Always. Do you find it suspicious that Karen Silva follows Milagro on Twitter and she is known for doing dirty work behind the scenes for Nicki? Absolutely. I didn't even know she followed Milagro on Twitter, but we've spoken on Karen Civil here on the show. And we've also spoken on how Jason Lee claimed she hacked his accounts. My accounts have been hacked in the past. And this was around the time we were speaking about Karen Civil. So who knows what she's behind, but I wouldn't put it past. She definitely works behind the scenes. Karen Silver works for Nicki Minaj and Joe Budden. Go figure. Do you have the letter from the Office of Child Welfare that spoke about Jen being threatened, harassed? Do you have the letter from the Office of Child Welfare that spoke about Jen being threatened, harassed, and also her foster family? Where did you even hear about this letter from? Where did you even did I speak about this? Yeah, I just spoke about this. I just spoke about it a little while ago. Jennifer has that letter. Jennifer and her attorneys have that letter. That's all I'll say. But the letter exists. All right. We all know Nicki is known for a good spiral and a good rant. Kay Rogers says, let me just say this. If Jennifer ever lied like they say she did, don't you think she would have been arrested for lying or tampering with a case? Try again, Pinkwig Lady and Zoo Animal. Absolutely. Thank you so much. This is the main key question. If Jennifer was lying, why isn't she facing any legal consequences? Why isn't Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty suing Jennifer for defamation of character? Why can't they prove that this victim is a liar if she was such a liar? They got the fabricated letter. They got the fabricated statements. But that's it. Why can't y'all prove that Jennifer's lying if she's lying? Why isn't she paying any legal consequences if she's lying? This is what people need to really be asking themselves. Why hasn't Nicki or Kenneth sued Jennifer? She ain't say allegedly. She said he raped her. Gene says, hello, hotshot fellow mods in chat. I'm late. No worries, Gene. Definitely hit that replay gang You're ready. Sarah Joy in the building. Definitely like and subscribe to this video, y'all. Definitely support the kid with that like button and subscription. Who else is here? I love Bardigan. They've been going hard for Jen since the beginning. I've seen a lot of people leaving the dirty side, even some of her minions. Absolutely. I've seen the same thing. And shout out to Bardi Gang. They definitely been showing up and showing out since the very beginning. Much love to them. Much support as well to them. Like, I fuck with them hard. I fuck with Bardi Gang heavy. So y'all know. Y'all know what it is. Miss Rain says they have to be the dumbest goons I've ever seen in my life. If Kenneth is their leader, you know they have shit for brains. Absolutely. Yeah, I've been seeing the minions turn on Nikki too. When you listen to it, you can tell where it cuts off, right? Or they had that chopped and screwed video. Either people are playing stupid or just naive. How can you not see that shit? Just dumb. They just choose to be dumb and naive, purposely, intentionally. They really not the bright Mercury in a retrograde. And we are in the age of awakening where everything is getting exposed. Absolutely true. This was the wrong time to harass a victim. Absolutely. Harassing a victim while he's in court for harassing and intimidation is wild. Right. Right. Shout out to Constance TV in the building. Hey, Hasha and fam. If the letter was true, why didn't Kenneth give the same account to the DA since he was comfortable enough saying he had sex with her a year prior? He denied touching her in any fucking way. Absolutely, Conscious TV. Shout out to you and thank you for this comment. This is exactly the things that people need to be asking themselves. This is exactly that. If the letter was true, why didn't Kenneth give the same account to the DA? Since he was exactly. He said he had sex with her a year ago. Why didn't he give this letter? Like, yo, listen, back in 94, this chick wrote a letter. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's the letter right here. She said that, me and her, we was dating and shit. Why didn't he give this shit to the DA? You could have got rid of so many cases. You could have saved yourself. This letter is all the way fabricated. And exactly what Conscious TV said, he denied touching her. He said he'd never had sex with her that day. Or anybody, for that matter. He had sex with no one on September 16th, 1994. So how can this letter be true when it says they had sex twice that day? Come on now. Come on now. And y'all think Nikki's going to be able to use this and the interrogation video be rebutted or debunked? Not while using this letter. Jeffrey Lewis in the building says this fabricated ass letter was denied by the judge for a reason. Absolutely. Facts. 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 That's exactly what I'm talking about. It was denied for a reason. Why wasn't it used in a court of law in 1994? But they feel it's going to hold some weight now. You know what I'm saying? Like, people got to start using their brains. Mob Radio, Nicole, all these bloggers, all these people talking shit, really got to start using their brains. Like, I'm taking your blogger credibility, your blogger card, all that shit away. I'm snatching that shit. You're biased as fuck. You're biased as fuck. We know you're lying. It's apparent. It's evident. It's clear as day. Shit ain't rocket science. We know you're fucking lying. Just to smooch on Nikki's ass cheeks. That shit says a lot about your integrity as a blogger. And they got the nerve to call themselves journalists. Don't let that title get too big for you. That shit too big for you. Tanisha Hyman in the building. Shout out to Tanisha Hyman. And definitely go ahead and check out Conscious TV. Like I told you guys earlier, he's definitely a big staple in these YouTube streets. Worked his way up in the righteous way. So we definitely support over here. He supports the channel as well. Shout out to Conscious TV. Go check him out. Who else was in the building? I want to get to everybody before we clock out, which is what Nikki should have been doing with her career. I seen a video where she said she wrote a letter. Okay, you talking about the heavily edited video that was surfacing, going viral, right? I explained this already. Jennifer told Kenneth and Nikki's goon that she wrote a letter and gave it to the DA back then. She told him this because at the time of their FaceTime call, he was harassing her to write this letter. He was one of the people. Where's the letter? Are you going to write a recant letter? We need a recant letter to help Kenneth. Jennifer was sick and tired of being harassed and being threatened, and she told this goon what he wanted to hear. She said, I wrote a letter just so he'd leave her alone. When this letter surfaced, Jennifer had no idea that this letter ever existed because she never wrote it. Now, she knew that there was never a handwritten letter like they were saying in the beginning. Oh, you wrote a letter. It's going to come out. Watch. She knew that for sure wasn't a handwritten because she never wrote a handwritten letter, and that's what they were accusing her of writing. But when this typed up letter came up, she was like, what the fuck? I never wrote this shit. But she told the goon she wrote a letter because that's what they wanted to hear. That's what they was trying to get her to do. That's what they was threatening her for. That's what they was bribing her for, offering her money. So what is a victim in fear for her life supposed to do in that case? What are you supposed to do? You're going to tell the goon what they want to hear. Yo, yeah, I wrote the letter. I already gave it to the DA. Whether she did or not. She told him what he wanted to hear. But Jennifer ain't never write this letter. Jennifer ain't never write this letter. Yeah, Conscious definitely did his research. Since they want to play at Conscious TV, let's open up the brothers case too. Let's see her lie about that case too. Oops. Oh shit. K Rogers, you done open up a can of worms for Nikki. Yeah. Oh, they don't want us to open up that case, man. Listen, they playing with fire. What part of the video is edited? Do people not comprehend? Oh man. People are stupid. Get the mama too. She also victim shamed that sweet innocent child her PDF son assaulted. Oh yeah. Nikki's mom did. Oh yeah, I ain't forget that video. That interview she did. And definitely lied on them kids that got raped by her son Jelani. But that's pretty much all I got today, y'all. No, I got to be up pretty early, so I'm going to call it. But thank you all for coming through. What song should we do the outro? What song should we use for our outro, y'all? What we going to use out here? Are we even going to use outro? Now, you know what? I ain't even going to do the outro. I want to thank y'all for coming through. Much love, much respect. We going to see y'all on the next flick, yeah, dig? And listen, I'm going to keep y'all posted. Shit done got real. Peace.